I have to ask you, the first day that I said you were coming up, this was before I knew that these guys were coming. People are really buying into this, that you are some sort of Illuminati, devil worshipping, Freemason, something.
Man,
what are you up to that I wasn't aware of?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it started, but
Well, there's all these images in videos that people are saying are deliberate. My question to you is, are you messing with people and doing this on purpose?
No, not me. No, never done that before. Why would I do that? That's retarded. To be honest with you, I really think it's really silly. For the record, I of course believe in God, but I believe in one God. If people must know my religious beliefs, I believe in one God. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in Christians or Muslims. I think all that separates people. I think it's one God. I think it's all the same God, and I don't believe in hell. But as far as God, of course I believe in God. And am I part of some type of sect or cult? That sounds stupid to me. It's like ignorant to even say. And I guess I'll be the last time I address that. But it's really.
Aren't there little secret societies?
Yeah, right here, there's the Mob Squad. Rock Nation is the gang. I mean, but as far as I can't even get in a golf club in Palm Springs. I'm from Marcy Projects. Imagine. They just think about that. Like,
they wouldn't let you in the club, you saying?
Of course not. How? People that control the world and,
Do you believe that those sort of organizations exist?
I think there's friends. I think there's cliques of friends who control things. I don't know if it's a devil worshiping sect. I think that's a little Tom Hanks.
Right.
But I believe there's cliques of people that control the world. Like if, Jesus, my man, I got Atlanta. I go down to Atlanta. I got that thing, on Hawaii. You come down Brooklyn. He got that thing. I go down to Virginia. Like, that's just natural process. I'm sure Obama has his people that, everything is good.
So he rocks with. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, as far as, how far people are taking it and, I guess
it's kind of surprising.
I guess I'm an entertainer. As long as people entertain, it's fine. But, that's not my thing.
Okay. So you don't intentionally do this to just put people in a frenzy.
I'm an entertainer at the end of the day, but
So the next video.
Push your buttons. Maybe I push your buttons, but
But that's all it is.
Yeah.
All right.
But whatever.
What is it? What?
But you don't have to do that these days. People make up their own things and they just run with it.
Yes, but you antagonizing it takes it to a whole other level.
No, that's just the comic in me.
You're some sort of comedian?
Yeah, it's humor. It seems funny to me.
You have to be surprised how seriously two people will take that.
How far it went, yeah.
Has he tried to initiate either one of you guys into any form of cult or satanic?
The all black cult.
The money gang.
The money gang.
The money gang.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all Jesus about, the money.
The all black cult.
The money.
If I really beef with a rapper, I'm going to bring out all of the material I can use against him. But they never do that with each other. Why? Because they're all controlled by masonry. And that masonry is controlled by the tiny hats. And that tiny hats been controlled by people who touch children and sell children. So they tell them they can't go against their rituals. Why would you shame another mason based on rituals? Why wouldn't Jay, in this little freestyle he did, why didn't he bring up the fact that Drake liked to paint his nails? Why didn't he bring up him doing duck lips in his selfies? Why didn't he go after the fact he was body sculpting? Why did he go after the fact that he has a baby mama that did porn? Especially when Drake has that lyric, if I had a baby mama, she'd probably be richer than a lot of you niggas. I think Jay is more rich than his baby mama. Why would he go with that? I mean, it was so much material out there, but the reason why they don't touch it, because they're not allowed to expose the rituals that they do with each other. It's the same thing with Kendrick Lamar. He wore a dress. He tried to cover it up by wearing pants underneath, but he wore a dress or a skirt on the New York Times. I think it was the New York Times or New York something. It was a New York magazine or something like that. Him and another cat was on the front cover, and he was wearing a skirt. Nobody mentioned that. They all mentioned like, oh, Jake was a pedophile and all that. But if you look at the Masonic rituals and how they do boy bride rituals, they all are
What's good, y'all? It's Obi Media. So this one is very, very interesting, and I want y'all to watch the full video. Remember to drop a like and subscribe. I'm gonna make a female former Mason break silence on the Jay-Z, Illuminati, and Freemason allegation. Let's go.
Hey YouTube, this is Yana coming back at you with another video. This video I wanted to talk about just in response to a lot of these videos about Jay-Z being a Mason. I'm a former member of the Order of the Eastern Star. The Masons are our brothers, as we would call it. I still communicate with sisters via Facebook. I don't live in the same state anymore, but I do communicate with a lot of my sisters and my brothers that I want to socialize with on an everyday basis. With that being said, these videos by the Forerunner 777, who is bashing, or not bashing, but just, attempting to call Jay-Z out because he is a Mason. To me, it's foolish. It's foolishness, because this is what I know. If you are not a Mason, or if you are not a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, then you really don't know. You don't know. All of the information, all of the rituals, all this information is out on the internet, true enough, and you can read it for yourself. But until you become a member, you have no idea how to relate this information, or to make this information, I should say, come alive for you. Because you're just looking at words on the screen or words on the page, but you have no idea how these words relate in actual life. There were many Masons in our history, and I'm not talking about the forefathers of this country, George Washington and a lot of the other signers of the Constitution or Declaration of Independence, whatever it is. I'm not talking about them. There are a lot of Black Masons in our history, whether they be Prince Hall or whether they be some other affiliation, York, Scottish Rite, whatever have you. There's a lot in our history. And I bet you, if you dig deeper into your family history, you might find out that there's a lot of Masons, or there were Masons in your own family, but you just didn't know because it was something that they didn't talk about. So with that being said, it took Jay-Z 7 years to reach the 3rd degree Master Mason. I don't think so. It generally doesn't take that long. If it does, so what? Jay-Z has Masonic symbols in his videos, that he's repping his Masonry affiliation. So what? You walk around anywhere in Chicago or in Detroit, and you see a lot of Masonic symbols. You see them on buildings, you see them on cars, you see them on jackets, you see them on hats, you see them on rings. You see that all over. I see them here in Arizona. So what? So what? He's repping what he's a part of. You see Deltas repping their symbol. You see Kappas repping their symbol. Long even after they're out of college. So what's the big deal with him having Masonic imagery in his videos? So what? What else? As far as him being a devil worshiper or a part of the Illuminati, you don't know that. You don't know that because you don't know him. And there's no videos, as far as I know, or no interviews, as far as I know. There could be. And if there are, hey, I'm open. I can be wrong. But I've not seen any interviews or videos that Jay-Z has put out and said, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, or I'm a 5%er. So we really don't even know what his spiritual beliefs are. So for us to get mad and be upset because Jay-Z said Jesus can't save you in a song, so what? He never said he believed in Jesus anyway. And maybe that's his own personal belief. Maybe his personal belief is that he can't. Who knows? And who cares? Either you buy it or you don't. And it's quite funny that all the Christians were in an uproar about this verse in the song, when a lot of them that I know would condemn the next person for even listening to Jay-Z in the first place. So what were they doing listening to Jay-Z? How did they get the lyrics? What did they do? Just Google the lyrics and, oh, Jay-Z said Jesus can't save you. So what? If you were not of this world, you wouldn't even have known what Jay-Z had to say in the first place. I'm not here to religion bash. That's not my thing. I try to love everybody, regardless of what you believe, whether you Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, Native American, you practice Wicca. As long as you're just not directly talking to the devil, pretty much I got love for you. And I'm going to have love for you then too. I just might not deal with you, but I'm going to have love for you. I'm going to have love for you because I'm going to hope and pray that you stop that communication.
Hey, my people, I ain't gonna lie, man. This one is very interesting because Jay-Z has been accused of being a Freemason for many years. In fact, if you're looking at your screen, remember this photo was going around back in the days, and many other photos. I realized that many of the photos and videos got deleted, man. I do not know what happened, but it's in the archive, man. But this is nothing new. Remember, the idea of rappers in secret society was a thing, man. Because remember, the 5%ers, right? Peace God. Yeah, you remember that group? Right? You remember Dr. Malachi Z. York? You know, the Namibians? You know, that group also? You got a lot of groups that was shaping hip-hop in the early days. That's why you see, you know, you got the conscious era where rappers were actually, you know, teaching in the music. They call it I forgot what its name, but we're gonna get back to it when I remember. But let me stay focused. So back in those times, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, you know, the 5%ers was guiding hip hop and many other groups behind the scenes. So, you know, it's no new information that these rappers were a part of, you know, groups, you know, that has been elevating their level of consciousness. But at some point, you know, many of these rappers eventually convert to Freemason. You know what I mean? Because Freemason is all about influence and power and information. So you start with information, you're curious. Then you can have power or influence, whatever you choose. So of course Jay-Z, you know, fall under the category of influence because he's a rapper. You know what I mean? So it's deep, man. It's deep. But in the industry, everyone knows who is Mason and who's Skull and Bone and who's a part of this group. It's just people on the outside they're tricking. It's just us they're trying to let us stray and act like it didn't happen. It's funny how, you know, like I remember early 2000, the type of photos and videos that was, you know, being released. Now they pretend like it didn't happen. It's like they delete a timeline. It's only those who remember. It's like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Because all of these rappers being exposed, man, being, you know, shown to be who they are. You know what I mean? So it's funny now, you know, people so unaware. You know what I mean? It's like it never happened, man. It's crazy. Like when you think about it, man, you gotta like, damn, that's crazy. Because Jay-Z and all the other rappers who has been accused of being in these secret societies, you know, we already have their files, man. We already have the footage and the videos and so much more, man. So much evidence to show that they are a part of these secret society. But being a part of a secret society is not a bad thing. It's what you're doing in the secret society and what that secret society represents. Because if you're in a secret society that really, deals with you growing as a being and having more information. I don't see that as a bad thing, but you using information to manipulate people, or you're just using it for your own selfish gain. No, that's the issue that I have. You know what I mean? But being a Freemason ain't a bad thing, man. It ain't a bad thing being a Freemason, because you got a lot of good Freemasons. Don't be led astray because of few people who stain the reputation. Because you have good and bad in every single thing, man. Even in healthcare, you got good doctors, you got bad doctors. You know what I mean? You got good cops, bad cops. You know what I mean? Good and bad is in everything, man. It's all about the person. That's what we need to focus on. Not saying that Jay-Z is innocent, but I'm saying, like, don't judge him for being a Freemason. Judge him for what he represents. That's the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments how you feel about this, my people. It's OB Media. Thank you for watching. See y'all later.